Hey everybody, Dude here, and I find myself on another, I think it's the Cuban map, or Cuban, or however it's pronounced, with yet again with a bunch of smoky T-26s as we head out to engage Panzer IIs and Panzer 38 tons and all that stuff. Panzer IIIs, Panzer IVs. For some reason, the people in the German tanks are upgrading a lot faster than the people in the Russian tanks. I'm not really sure why that is. I found that during the closed beta testing, at least, this is open beta, I found during the closed beta testing at least, the Russian tanks seem to upgrade really fast compared to the German ones. When I was in the Panzer II, I think I had to play like 12 games before I upgraded to the Panzer IV. And when I played the T-26, again in closed beta, I only played 4 games before it upgraded me to the T-28. And this time, I think I've played about 12 games in order to get, well, still driving T-26s. This is why when I look at other YouTubers and they've advanced so fast, they've got to either have press accounts or they're spending a lot of money. I'm not sure which. But anyway, here I go forward. And there's 2 tanks on the other side of this hill. Actually, there's 3. There's one right where my gun is located. I'm also encountering flak panzers. And those things are... I don't even know what he's shooting at because there's no airplanes on this map. And again, all I did was fire my gun. Nobody hit me, and like my whole crew is wounded. And that actually happens to me quite a bit. And that happens, my tank just behaves terribly. But there's 2 tanks inside this hill, and they don't want to come over here, but I don't want to get shot in the back by either one of them. So I stay here and I sight, thinking they're going to come over the hill any moment, and they don't. They actually move off to the west, and I end up having to head out that way to join that battle. After I check on that Panzer, flak Panzer real fast. And then I give up and I head over there. So I start heading in that direction. And there's a lot of AI in this game. I didn't actually realize it until I got closer. I got into the firefight I'm about to get into. It was a very unusual one. Pardon me. But one of the things about AI fighting AI is, and this was a late night game, so there were very few people in it. But the AI will inflict a lot of damage on each other, and, well, pardon me, they'll hit each other a lot, but they won't inflict a lot of damage. That's what I meant to say. So I take it, I accelerate down, all these bushes will fall over during the game, but during the replay, I just drive right through. There's that flak Panzer. Or it could be a Panzer II. That was a Black Panzer back behind the hill. I come rolling up here, and there is what I didn't realize it at the time. I just assumed these were all players. But there's quite the firefight taking place up here between Panzer 38 tons and T-26s. So I come in, my gun won't deflect enough to get a good shot on them. So I close in a little bit, and all these hits they're scoring on each other, they should have killed each other 3 or 4 times over. And they don't. Well, I guess that's just one of the nuances of the AI fights. It's just there to add, you know, smoke and fire and all that exciting stuff. I take out the first tank with one shot, turn the second one. Wait to reload, take the shot. Wait to reload. And you can see when the kill notification comes up, you can tell that these tanks are not player driven. They don't have a player name. One of the other differences between the closed beta testing and the open beta testing is that stuff's a lot more expensive. In the closed beta test, I think it was something like 40 research points to open up a new, to get parts, modifications for your tank. There was a couple hundred to open up a new vehicle. Here it's a couple thousand to open a new vehicle, and a couple hundred to open up to get modifications. The reason they do that is because in the closed beta they want everybody to get all the upgrades, get all the modifications. So they want everybody to get that stuff as quickly as possible and check out, see what you think of it, see how that stuff works. So that's why they make stuff cheaper in the closed, just so you can do the testing more efficiently. And these aren't complaints; they're just observations. And I'm just shooting at whatever they're shooting at. I mean, this is another one on game. This is on my favorite map. The blue smoke that you see is the capture point. And it's actually right next to the enemy's spawn point. And in the game, they would give you a big letter A, B, or C to tell you that's a capture point. But in the replay, that doesn't show up. You just get the blue smoke. So I go speeding into enemy territory. And try to take a shortcut. I should know not to do that, because these shortcuts just lead to rocks and deep ravines and things like that. So I head back to the next bridge. Get back on the main road. Now, ironically, that is a shortcut to my left there, but I just ignored it, moved on. I like the way all this renders. There's this burning tank to my left. I think it's a Panzer II, and it just looks, it just looks wild. It just makes it, gives you that battlefield look to it. I've noticed that some of the tanks have been disappearing after they get destroyed. And I really hope they get that fixed. There's no pattern to it. I've seen the players' tanks disappear. I've seen the AI tanks stay. I really don't want any of them to disappear. I like them all to stay. Just because, I mean, look at that. It's just beautiful graphics. It just makes the battlefield look so much more interesting and vibrant. I'm speeding to the last capture point. At this point, my team has the other 2 capture points. This is the 3rd capture point. It's the only one that's in enemy hands. And actually, one of our tanks is already there. It's starting to go blue, but it hasn't done it yet. There's a Panzer II off to my left, way off in the hills, and he's trying to stop me because he knows what I'm doing. We'll get off the main road. And at this point, like I said, the capture point was turning our way. It wasn't turning our way when I first started, but as I got closer, I found a BT-7 waiting for me. And you can see the Panzer II over there in that, he's calling in artillery. There he is in that ravine between those two hills. He took a shot at me. I show up. I do a little Jim Rockford power slide here. Not like how you can spin these tanks around. It's kind of funny. Got the tank up a little bit. And the other guy, the BT-7, soon realizes the Panzer II's on the way. So he takes up position. We both take up position. I'm looking behind me to see if there's anyone behind me. And he shows up and we start shooting. And he focuses on me, as you can see, with his 20 millimeter. And yeah, I take one for the team, and the BT-7 gets him. At this point, there were no enemy vehicles left, and this was actually the last of the sites. So, I mean, they had no hopes of winning. It was just a matter of waiting for their tickets to wind down. So when I respawned, I knew the game was going to end soon. And it did. And there you go. T-26 adventures continue. It's actually a fun little tank.